Hey, beautiful Taurus souls. Welcome back to Cosmic Blueprints Astrology. I'm Sino, and today we're exploring February 2026 through the lens of Taurus energy. So, Taurus, if there's one word to describe your February 2026, it's expansion. This month is pushing you far beyond your comfort zone, asking you to embrace uncertainty, explore new philosophies, and trust in something bigger than what you can see, touch, or control. And I know that's not easy for you, but the cosmic rewards are absolutely worth it. We're looking at major transits, including Uranus going direct in your sign, a potent solar eclipse in your career sector, Saturn moving into your 12th house, and the rare Saturn-Neptune conjunction that only happens once every 36 years. So this is profound transformational energy that's reshaping your spiritual understanding and your relationship with the mysteries of life. So whether you're a Taurus Sun, Moon, or Rising, grab something cozy, settle in, and let's decode what the universe has planned for you this February. So before we dive in, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a forecast. Your support means everything to this channel. Alright, let's get cosmic. So February begins with a full moon in Leo on February 1st, illuminating your 4th house of home, family, roots, and emotional foundations. So full moons bring culmination, release, and emotional clarity. And this one is shining a spotlight in your domestic life and in a sense of security. So Leo energy is warm, generous, and heart-centered. So this lunation is asking you, where is your heart in relation to home? What does emotional safety truly mean to you? How can you create more joy and warmth in your private life? This full moon might bring family matters to a head, whether that's a resolution to ongoing family dynamics, a decision about your living situation, or a powerful realization about what home truly means to you. For some Tauruses, this could manifest as literally moving, renovating, or making significant changes to your physical space. The 4th house is also about your emotional roots and your connection to the past. So this full moon might illuminate patterns you inherited from your family of origin, both the beautiful traditions you want to continue and the limiting beliefs you're ready to release. Leo wants celebration and pride, so this is also about honoring your family legacy, taking pride in your private sanctuary, or finally giving yourself permission to create the kind of home environment that reflects who you've become and not who you used to be. So pay attention to what emotions surface around this full moon. Your feelings are giving you important information about what needs to change or be acknowledged in your foundation. Taurus, you need a solid base to operate from, and this full moon is helping you ensure that base is authentic and nourishing. Then on February 3rd, Uranus stations direct in your sign in your 1st house of identity, appearance, and how you show up in the world. So Uranus has been retrograde since September 2025, and during that time, you've been internally processing the revolutionary changes to your sense of self that Uranus has been bringing since September 2025. And during that time, you've been internally processing the revolutionary changes to your sense of self that Uranus has been bringing since it entered Taurus back in 2018. Now that it's moving forward again, it's time to express those changes outwardly. Uranus is the planet of awakening, rebellion, innovation, and sudden breakthroughs. In your 1st house, it's been liberating you from old versions of yourself, outdated identities, and ways of beings that no longer reflect your authentic truth. So with Uranus going direct, you might feel the surge of confidence to express your uniqueness more boldly. This could show up as changes to your appearance, your personal style, or the way you present yourself to the world. Some of you might make sudden, impulsive decisions about your image or your physical body that feel completely right, even if they surprise everyone around you. So the key with Uranus is authenticity and freedom. It's been asking you, who are you when you're not trying to be stable, reliable, or what others expect? What would you do differently if you weren't afraid of disrupting the status quo? So Uranus direct gives you the green light to implement the insights you've been processing internally. So this might mean finally making that bold change you've been contemplating, embracing a more unconventional lifestyle, or simply allowing yourself to be more spontaneous and unpredictable than typical Taurus energy prefers. So trust the process. Uranus is liberating you into a more authentic, alive version of yourself. Next, Mercury enters Pisces on February 6th, followed by Venus on February 10th. So both planets are moving through your 11th house of community, friendship, hopes, and collective vision. Pisces energy is dreamy, intuitive, compassionate, and boundless. And in your 11th house, it's softening the way you connect with groups and communities. Taurus, you're typically practical and grounded, but Pisces energy is inviting you to imagine possibilities without immediately asking, but is it realistic? With Mercury in your 11th house, conversations with friends become more soulful and intuitive. You might find yourself drawn to spiritual communities, creative collaborations, or groups that share your values around compassion and healing. So this is beautiful energy for brainstorming with like-minded people, envisioning the kind of world you want to help create, or simply deepening your friendships through more vulnerable, authentic communication. Venus in your 11th house brings grace and magnetism to your social sphere. New friendships might blossom, or existing friendships deepen into something more meaningful. You might feel called to contribute to causes you care about, join groups that align with your values, or surround yourself with people who inspire your most creative, compassionate self. The 11th house is also about your hopes and wishes for the future. With both Mercury and Venus in Pisces, you're being asked to dream bigger than you usually allow yourself to. What do you truly hope for? Not just for yourself, but for the collective. How can you contribute your Taurus gifts of steadiness, beauty, and resourcefulness to something larger than your individual life? This is about belonging to something meaningful and allowing yourself to imagine a future that feels magical, not just practical. Then on February 13th, Saturn enters Aries and moves into your 12th house, where it will stay there for the next 2.5 years. So this is one of the most significant transits of February, and it marks the beginning of a profound spiritual journey for you. So the 12th house is the realm of the subconscious, spirituality, dreams, what's hidden, and the dissolution of ego. It's the last house of the zodiac, representing endings, completion, and preparation for rebirth. So Saturn is the planet of structure, responsibility, maturity, and karmic lessons. When Saturn moves through your 12th house, it's asking you to confront what you've been avoiding, heal old wounds, and do the inner work that prepares you for Saturn's eventual entry into your first house in 2028. So this transit can feel heavy at times. The 12th house can bring feelings of isolation, confusion, or a sense that you're working through something invisible that others can't see or understand. And you might feel called to spend more time alone, retreat from the world periodically, or engage in serious spiritual practice. So Saturn in the 12th house often brings unconscious patterns to the surface so they can be healed. So this might mean facing fears you didn't know you had, working through grief or loss, or recognizing self-sabotaging patterns that have been operating beneath your conscious awareness. But here's the gift, Taurus. This is profoundly healing work. Saturn rewards discipline and commitment, and when you commit to your inner healing and spiritual development during this transit, you emerge on the other side with incredible strength, wisdom, and self-knowledge. So this is beautiful energy for creative and artistic pursuits that come from a deep, soulful place. The 12th house is where we connect with universal consciousness, and Saturn here can help you give form and structure to spiritual insights or creative visions. So over the next 2.5 years, you're being asked to surrender control, trust the unseen, and do the inner work that will prepare you for a complete reinvention when Saturn enters your first house in 2028. So then February 17th brings a powerful new moon annular solar eclipse in Aquarius, landing in your 10th house of career, public reputation, life direction, and legacy. Eclipses are cosmic game changers. They bring fated events, sudden shifts, and accelerated evolution. So solar eclipses specifically mark powerful new beginnings, though they often require letting go of something first. This eclipse in your 10th house is a major career reset. Something significant is shifting in your professional life or your public role in the world. So this could manifest as a new job opportunity appearing seemingly out of nowhere, a promotion, a complete career change, or a sudden clarity about the legacy you want to build. So Aquarius energy is innovative, humanitarian, progressive, and future-oriented. So this eclipse is asking you to think beyond traditional career paths and consider how you can contribute something unique and valuable to the world. So what would your career look like if it was aligned with your highest values and your vision for a better future? For some of you, this eclipse might bring endings in your career sector, perhaps leaving a job that no longer serves your growth or releasing an outdated professional identity. So eclipses clear out space for what's meant to come next, even if that space feels uncomfortable at first. The 10th house is also about authority, recognition, and how you're seen in the world. So this eclipse might suddenly thrust you into the spotlight, bring recognition for work you've been doing behind the scenes, or shift how others perceive your professional capabilities. So pay attention to opportunities or insights that arise around this eclipse. The seeds planted now will continue to unfold over the next 6 months through to August 2026. So your career path and public role are being realigned with your soul's purpose. And even if the changes feel sudden or unexpected, trust that you're being guided towards something better aligned with who you're becoming. On February 18th, the Sun enters Pisces, joining Mercury and Venus in your 11th house. And then on February 20th, we have a rare and powerful Saturn-Neptune conjunction in Aries happening in your 12th house. So the Saturn-Neptune conjunction is one of the most significant astrological events of the entire year. These two planets only meet once every 36 years, and their conjunction in your 12th house is profoundly spiritual and transformative. So Saturn represents structure, reality, boundaries, and material form, while Neptune represents dreams, spirituality, transcendence, and dissolution of boundaries. So when they come together in the 12th house, the house of spirituality and the subconscious, they're asking you to bridge the material and spiritual worlds. So this conjunction can manifest as a deep spiritual awakening, a commitment to a serious spiritual practice, or the ability to take your creative or intuitive gifts and give them tangible form in the world. It's about making the invisible visible, bringing dreams into reality through discipline and dedication. So for some Tauruses, this might look like finally committing to a meditation practice, engaging in therapeutic work to heal deep psychological wounds, or creating art that channels something larger than your individual ego. The shadow side of this conjunction can bring confusion, disillusionment, or difficulty distinguishing between fantasy and reality. So old dreams might dissolve, spiritual bypassing might be confronted, or you might feel lost between worlds. But this is part of the process. What's not serving your genuine spiritual evolution needs to dissolve so something more authentic can emerge. So Taurus, you're a sign that loves certainty and tangibility, but this conjunction is asking you to embrace mystery and trust what you cannot see or control. There's profound wisdom available to you in the unseen realms, and Saturn-Neptune is helping you access it while staying grounded. We then close February with Mercury stationing retrograde in Pisces on February 26th, still in your 11th house, and On February 27th, the North Node forms a semi-square to Chiron. So Mercury retrograde in your 11th house is perfect for reviewing your social connections and collective aspirations. This isn't the time to launch new group projects or make major commitments to organizations. Instead, use this period to reflect on which communities truly nourish you, which friendships need attention or closure, and whether your hopes for the future still align with who you're becoming. You might reconnect with old friends during this retrograde, have important realizations about past group dynamics, or you need to revisit conversations or plans related to collaborative projects. So Pisces energy makes this retrograde more intuitive and emotional. So pay attention to how people and groups make you feel, not just what they offer logically. The semi-square between the North Node and Chiron brings up old wounds, particularly around belonging, acceptance, and your place in the collective. Chiron represents our deepest wounds and our capacity to heal them. When it interacts with the North Node, which represents our soul's evolutionary direction, we're being asked to heal so we can step more fully into our destiny. So for Taurus, this might trigger old pain around feeling different, not fitting in, or having to choose between authenticity and acceptance. So the invitation is to tend to these wounds with compassion while recognizing that your unique perspective and gifts are exactly what makes you valuable to your community. So this aspect is preparing you for deeper healing work as Saturn continues its journey through your 12th house. So the wounds that surface are ready to be addressed. Taurus, February 2026 is asking you to expand beyond the familiar and embrace the mystery. With Saturn entering your 12th house, you're beginning a profound 2.5-year journey of spiritual development and inner healing. The solar eclipse is catalyzing major shifts in your career and public role. Uranus direct in your sign is giving you permission to fully express your authentic, liberated self. This is a month of surrendering control, trusting the process, and recognizing that some of the most important work happens in the invisible realms of consciousness and spirit. Your typical Taurus need for certainty and stability is being challenged, but what you're gaining is so much richer, which is genuine spiritual wisdom, creative inspiration, and a career path aligned with your soul's purpose. So your cosmic homework for this month is to spend time in contemplation and solitude. Journal about your dreams, both sleeping and waking. Release the need to have everything figured out and trust that the universe is guiding you even when you can't see the full picture yet. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below telling me what you're experiencing as a Taurus. I love connecting with your comments. But until next time, stay grounded in the mystery and remember, you're not living under the stars, you're made of them. Keep well, beautiful souls, and I'll see you in the next video.